Well, child, looks like the orange monkey didn't stop no show. That's right. That's right. You know that saying, ain't no monkey gonna stop no show. Well, the orange monkey tried it and it didn't work. The devil always tries it and he never wins. But all jokes aside, Jimmy Kimmel is returning back on ABC. They should have never even attempted to take that man off. Okay? He said nothing bad about the deceased. He was actually reading the deceased friend, who is not really a great friend, but you seen it. Um, that orange man in the Oval. He's so delusional, and he is just. It feels like we have had him for 6 years already. This is the longest first year. I'm just saying. He has caused so much havoc. And for a minute there, I really thought we were in a dictatorship. Our First Amendment was snatched. I mean, literally, freedom of speech was no longer. But oh, baby, when them folks in 48 hours complaining and marching and saying, oh, no, then billions of dollars was just swimming down the toilet. ABC was losing, Disney was losing money, Hulu. The people's voice is bigger than the orange man. And I love that. Child, I was at the store when my husband called me. He said, Did you hear, baby?" I said, "What?" He said, "Jimmy Kimmel's back on." I said, "I figured so. How you losing uh I believe it was damn near $4 or $6 billion in 48 hours? Because the folks was like, you better hire him back. I said, you better hire him back. And what I love the most, and I got to talk about this, is bad when Ted Cruz agrees that the orange man, what he did, because usually Ted Cruz and all the Republicans fall in line. Oh yeah, massa, whatever you say. Oh, but not this time. Oh, not this time. Baby, they were like, oh no, that now he didn't went too far. Child, he even had Ted Cruz doing a mafia voice, talking about Goodfellas. I mean, it was hilarious. And it was just, I gotta, I gotta bring up the article because I was in shock. Um, Ted Cruz and other, hold on, because when he spoke out about Jimmy Kimmel, I was like, what? Republican Senator Ted Cruz says the FCC acted like a mafioso on Jimmy Kimmel. I said, what? And he even did the mafia voice on Goodfellas. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz has accused the head of the America's broadcast regulator of acting like a mafioso and the suspension of late night host Jimmy Kimmel. The sharpest attack yet from a conservative Republican on the controversy. He said Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, Chairman Brendan Carr's threat to ABC over their comedian's monologue about slain conservative influencer Charlie Kirk was dangerous as hell. The right, that's right, out of Goodfellas, the Texas Republican said as he affected a mobster's accent. Other Republicans in Congress have been more muted in their criticism of how the FCC pressed Disney owned ABC to take action on Kimmel, who was indefinitely suspended on Wednesday. The row started after Kimmel said in his monologue on Monday that the MAGA gang were desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and trying to score political points from it. He also likened Trump's reaction to the conservative political activist death to how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, and it's true. It's true. They and I saw it. I saw the video. A reporter asked the orange person and said, "Listen, um, how do you feel about, you know, the passing of your friend?" And he's so self-absorbed. He didn't even, go into looking sad, even, fake it. He went on to talk about some renovation inside the White House. Yeah, we're getting ready to start these new floors or whatever he was talking about. But it's like, dude, I had more compassion to me because of he was being a father, a husband. No matter what his political views were that don't match mine, but the point is he was a human being and you should not be slain for what you believe in. I'm sorry. You should not. You should have the right, the freedom to say whatever you want to say, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. Um, but anyway, that to me that was just crazy. Senator Ted Cruz. Um, but yeah, let me just read a little bit about the return. Um, this was a huge win. And, me and my husband and I were talking about this. And he was like, Jimmy could, I'm sure he was getting ready to sue them. But you just can't do that, you know? Cancel someone, fire them. He didn't say anything that was directed towards this gentleman that lost his life. Um, Disney plans to bring Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm sure they didn't want to have to pay him out either. Oh, they was gonna pay, honey. Oh yeah, this was one of the stupidest moves. Just dumb. So yes, Disney plans to bring Jimmy Kimmel. I'm reading from CNBC. Jimmy Kimmel Live back to air on ABC's broadcast network beginning on Tuesday. The company said in a statement. The decision was announced nearly a week after AB said it was suspending the late night show indefinitely. Who do you think you are to do that? The network had pulled the show days after the host made comments. Yeah, I just read about that. Where's the rest of the article? Oh, okay. Did they just only have that part? Oh, okay. Here we go. Mm-mm-mm. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill timed and insensitive. That's what Disney said in a statement Monday when they decided to shut it down. Um, now, we have spent, oh, this is what Disney said. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after the conversations we've reached, this is the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Yeah, after the billions you lost, allegedly. You didn't have no discussion with Jimmy. You saw your numbers, stock, everything plummeting. The late night host will address the matter during his show set to be taped on Tuesday. Of course, you are going to allow him to talk. I bet you gave him some more money too, because I would have asked for more. Oh, after you humiliated me, you going to pay me for my pain. Oh, yes, you're going to pay me. Following the days of discussion, Disney CEO Bob Iger and Dana Walden, co-chair of Disney Entertainment, made the decision to return the show to air, the person said. The two executives informed Kimmel on Monday, the person added. Local station owners learned of the show's return on Monday when Disney made the public announcement, according to two people familiar with the matter. Jimmy Kimmel Live was suspended after Next Star Media Group, which owns more than 200 broadcast TV stations across the U.S., announced its stations affiliated with ABC would preempt Kimmel's show. Sinclair, another large broadcast TV station owner, similarly threatened to preempt the program. Sinclair said in a release last week that it would not lift the suspension on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but you are now. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across your ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with new news programming, according to a statement from Sinclair. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as they evaluate the show's potential return. Mm-mm-mm. Child, child, child. The power of people. And then we had a fool in the city I live in after the announcement of Kimmel, you know, being let go last week. The fool decides to shoot up our channel 10. This is not funny, but he shoots at channel 10. I don't even think they're affiliated with Disney. That's what I heard. I mean, even though it's on an ABC network, but I don't know. And maybe they are, but I guess he was angry. He decides to shoot up the news building and everything after it happened. Okay. Anyway, y'all. But yes, so mm. And then Trump's scrutiny of media companies has intensified during his second term, marked by high profile defamation lawsuits, the defunding of public broadcasters, and regulatory interference from the FCC. He's particularly singled out ABC and NBC for what he called unfair coverage of Republicans and or conservatives. Yeah, talking all that mess. He really think he has the power to do this, and he doesn't. Mm-mm-mm. Anyways, what do you guys think of this return? I'm so happy for Jimmy. Um, like I said, the devil never wins, and I hope that he gets billions of dollars. Okay, you know, um, I just hope that they give him a bigger contract, kiss his feet, everything, okay? Because it was just uncalled for him to have to go through that. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Click the subscribe button, comment about this. Bye. Oh.